Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, September 1st, 2016. And the headlines are going to be what a fantastic weekend we got coming up. But first, we have a few clouds today with a chance of a few sprinkles or showers. Again, most areas won't see any measurable rainfall. I think the most likely area is going to be over in the thumb area. But this afternoon, as the surface heating takes place, cold air up aloft, we could ring out a couple of showers here and there anywhere across the area. But again, the amount should be quite light. And then we're going to have plenty of sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with temperatures in the 70s on Friday, around 80 on Saturday, well into the 80s on Sunday. And later on next week, we could see some warming take place where we could see temperatures 85, maybe even a 90-degree temperature. And over the next 2 weeks, it's going to be quite warm, with temperatures running about 5 to 8 degrees above normal. So our very warm pattern will continue, along with decent amounts of precipitation being possible. And then, of course, the other big story is the hurricane warnings are out for the northern peninsula and in the panhandle of Florida, where a minimal hurricane is expected as it reaches the coastline, making landfall here over the next 48 hours. If we take a look at the normals for the day, our normal high is 78, the normal low is 55, and we got all the way up to 97 back in 1953. And a year ago today, we had a warm high of 88 and a low of 61. If we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 70s across the area and lows in the low 60s. And again, just a little bit of precipitation here and there with a few hundredths of an inch in the interior areas. And except that in over London there, they had about just over a quarter of an inch of rainfall there, 500ths at Tupperville. St. Thomas is down from the storm the other night, and hopefully they'll be up here fairly soon. And if we look at the conditions around the area this morning, you can see temperatures in the 50s. Notice our new station here at Clarksville checking in at 58 degrees here this morning. And again, we had very little precipitation over the last 24 hours. You can see on satellite our tropical storm now. It's developing and is expected to move to the northeast right across the northern parts of the Florida Peninsula. And again, as it reaches landfall, we expect that by about 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, there could be a minimal hurricane at that time. Hurricane warnings extend across much of the northern portions of Florida. If we look at the Hurricane Center's 5 a.m. advisory this morning, you can see tropical storm expected to reach hurricane strength just before landfall, and then it'll continue to move up into hug the coastline off the southeast U.S. up towards the mid-Atlantic states, where there'll be plenty of rainfall. And you can see in many areas picking up 6 to 10 inches of rain here across northern Florida. And then again, it'll rain out to about 3 to 6 inches, 6 to 10 inches once it gets offshore, and it begins to gain a little bit of strength again as it moves up the coastline. Very, very warm water in this area, so we're going to have to watch that. It could become another hurricane strength status again here as it again moves to the northeast. If we look at the radar this morning, you can see that activity now. You can start to see almost some banding of it as it turns to the northwest. And again, we'll see this radar really light up here over the next 12 hours. If we look across the Great Lakes a little bit closer to home, you can see no precipitation for the most part, with the exception of a little bit in the thumb area. And again, that's where we expect the best chances of, I think, a little bit more in the way of showers. Again, very minimal amounts here over the next 12 hours before high pressure system moves in, and we see lots of dry air, cool, comfortable temperatures with highs only in the 70s here for today and into Friday. If we look at the weather map this morning, you can see our tropical storm out here in the Gulf going to be moving to the northeast and right up the coast. And cold front that came through here is now well off to our south. High pressure system will take over once we get into the very late afternoon and evening hours. We'll get that rainfall pushed out of the area. And by 7 a.m. on Friday, high pressure firmly in control. Again, we're on the eastern side of that high, so a northerly flow out of the southern portions of Canada will keep us cool. And as the high pressure system moves off to the east by Saturday, we're going to get a return flow starting up. And again, we'll be around 80 on Saturday. We'll be in the low to mid 80s on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Or Tuesday and Wednesday, we actually may be in the mid to upper 80s, maybe even a 90-degree temperature here. And in fact, I think we have several opportunities over the next couple of weeks here that we could see 90-degree temperatures in parts of the area. If we look at the precipitation over the next 5 days, again, outside of a few sprinkles and trace amounts, looks like we're going to be pretty high and dry here right on into early next week. I think our next best chance of rain will come later Tuesday and Wednesday as that very warm and muggy air returns. And you can see in the 7-day, we begin to see some precipitation around a quarter to half inch show up across the northwestern portions of the MAC area, and much heavier rainfall across northern lower Michigan, especially into the western UP, where well over an inch of rain is very possible at that time. If we look at the extended outlook as far as temperatures, you can see we're going to be above to much above normal across much of the Great Lakes into New England, and actually the whole eastern half of the U.S. is going to be warm again as a cold trough remains anchored off to the western parts and portions of the U.S. And as far as precipitation, near to above normal for much of the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.